First up this morning, the coconut oil craze. For many years, it got a bad rap, especially the kind that's found in movie popcorn. But it's making a big comeback. Turns out the new pure form of it is great for your skin, your diet, and your overall health. Some even say it has special healing properties.
Therese Viall is a certified holistic nutritionist, and she's here with more on what makes coconut oil such a great addition to your healthy lifestyle. Good to see you.
What up, Maria?
Mine is, I say, nip it in the butt. I say nip it in the butt, and I've been corrected many times.
Yeah, and it's a
nip
bud.
that in the butt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which kind of makes sense too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I love that. I knew you'd have a good one. I
Yeah,
just had a
that's
feeling
mine.
about you.
Coconut oil, huh? I feel like even coconut juice, coconut water, everything is coconut these days. Is it one of those things that's just a fad and it's a craze, or are there true properties that are going to last?
Definitely true properties. The oil, though, has the most medicinal properties than everything else. And it got a bad rap for a while because it's really high in saturated fat. However, health advocates are really noticing the benefits it does both internally and externally for people's bodies.
And let me just say, for those of you who have never used coconut oil, to me it looks like Crisco that my grandma used to bake with. I mean, when you think of oil, you think of pouring like a liquid. This is what coconut oil looks like. Doesn't it look like Crisco or like that Pond's cold cream or something?
It does, and that's when it's cold. So there's a shot. It will melt.
Liquefy?
It does.
It melts super easy.
It does. Like with the temperature, you know, this will. That's actually a good sign of a stable oil to cook with. If it hardens in the refrigerator, but it melts outside in temperatures, that means it's really healthy to cook with. So that's one of the things that people have noticed the benefits with coconut oil.
Okay, let's go through some of the benefits that specifically exist with it, because one of them has to do with your metabolism and losing weight.
Absolutely. So coconut oil is a great source of caprylic acid and medium chain triglycerides. So MCTs, I'll refer to it later. So what that does is actually your body metabolizes coconut straight into energy. It doesn't store it as fat like other oils will. So it boosts your energy levels and also increases your metabolism. Now the monosaturated fat, the fat that got this bad rap, is really good for your overall metabolism, and it also makes you more satisfied. So if you're eating oils and a healthy oil, your satiety level is going to increase, and you're less likely to reach for, you know, sugar and refined foods if you have a healthy fat.
What about for our brains and neurological health?
So the MCTs that I mentioned before have been linked to really increasing neurological, boosting brain health, and even preventing things like Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So I mean, it really is really great for your brain and neurological system.
Fighting infection is another.
Yeah,
pro.
so it's also a great source of lauric acid, which is actually abundant in breast milk. And lauric acid is antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. So not only is it great for topical use for things like dermatitis, eczema, even sunburn, but if you eat it or ingest it, it's great for things like yeast infections, candida, which is a yeast overgrowth, and even oral hygiene. Because we find a lot of disease in our mouth. There's been linked to the disease being stemming to your oral health. If you do something called oil pulling, which you might find it a little bit gross because if it's hardened, but you take a spoonful and you kind of bite it till it melts and you swish it like you would Listerine.
I would gag. I couldn't do that.
Okay, but I will tell you, it will make your teeth whiter and it will increase your health in your oral cavity.
Do you do it because you have super white teeth?
I do. I actually did it this morning. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, it's great for oral hygiene.
I think I'm going to have to try it.
I don't know if I could do it. I'm a texture person when it comes to that
Well, then
stuff.
melt it and then do it. I mean, it's a little bit thicker.
It actually tastes good. I mean, it does have a good taste to it.
One thing I'll say is don't spit it down the drain. Spit it in the toilet or in the wastebasket, because if it hardens,
it'll clog up your drain. That's a good point. It can also lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels, right?
Yeah, and we think saturated fat totally unhealthy for overall for heart health. However, coconut oil debunks this. It lowers cholesterol, lowers blood pressure, and actually can decrease or prevent things like atherosclerosis and other heart conditions.
So how do you cook with it?
Yeah.
Anything, how you would swap it out like you would any sort of vegetable oil. Vegetable oils are one of those trans fat hydrogenated oils that we talk about a lot. This is a great substitute. So sauteing, frying with eggs, you can use it in your baking recipes, you can use it in things like frostings or chocolates. I mean, it really is a great source that's very versatile.
If you tried to use something like coconut oil, though, in a brownie mix or something, would it give it a coconutty flavor?
It depends. There are some, if you smell it, that won't necessarily have coconut, but it masks really well. You won't necessarily smell it. And I know some people have an aversion to coconut smell, but there are some that aren't as
I love the smell,
Yeah,
smell
I
of
do
it,
too.
but it's great with meats. It's great with vegetables
Yep.
for sautéing. What about in like smoothies or coffee or tea? Because I read that you think it can be used in those things. I don't quite get it.
Absolutely. So you just put a dollop of it and blend it in. Like you can put it in your coffee, which will give you an added energy boost, but make you more satisfied. Sometimes we start the day with coffee and nothing else, and all of a sudden we increase our blood sugar with no healthy fat to keep us kind of our blood sugar stable. It's really great for that. Another use for it topically is sunscreen. It has an SPF of around 4 to 6. So just like a daily moisturizer, I mean, it's all I use on my skin. It's so easy to spread, and it just is, it's not waterproof though, so you don't want to, it's not like Bradford Beach bathing sunscreen, and I wouldn't use it on your base.
Is that
your
the
little
spray
base.
version, or what is the
No,
spray version?
this is actually what I was saying, using it as a skin conditioner. I made you guys each a little bit.
Oh, thank you.
So you can make homemade body moisturizer, skin moisturizer.
Oh,
this
neat.
I use for your face. So you just melt it in a pot.
Oh, this is cold, so you froze this.
I put it in the refrigerator. And actually, this will stay okay as long as you're not in high heat. So if you melt it on a stovetop and add your favorite like essential oil, so this one I added lavender and rose water. So you want things that are like calming, you know, tea tree oil that's just antibacterial. Then you can carry that around with you. You can use it as a lip balm. You can use it
all over.
Yeah,
you know, I
it's
actually use it before coming on the show to flyaways. It's really
your
nice.
hair.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great massage oil.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention natural eye makeup remover, great for deep conditioning the hair, sunscreen you mentioned, and body lotion. There's so much more that we didn't get to, but what I love is on your website, there's a lot more information about coconut oil that we did not get time to cover. So go to our website, themorningblend.com, and Maria's blog, she has a post that's The Wonders of Coconut Oil, and here's her website. It's mariaviall.com. Good stuff. Thanks for
thanks,
this.
Maria.
Yeah, no problem.
I love it. It's good. Thank you.
All right.